Kendra, and today we're going to learn about something really exciting. My hat is a clue. Can you guess what we're learning about? Yeah, today we're at the farm to meet some honeybees. Let's go see them. A lot of times when people think about bees, all they think about is getting stung. But really, it's quite safe to go visit the hive. We just have to make sure that we're careful. First thing we need to do is to get our bee suit on. Can you get ready with me? Here we go. We're gonna put on our bee hat and our bee jacket, long pants, and gloves. Okay, we're all dressed. Let's go see the bees. Okay, we're at the farm. We haven't found the bees yet, but we did find a really yummy snack. Look, some fresh berries. We found some apples too, but they're not ripe enough to eat yet, so we'll have to leave those on the tree.
Anything at all,
It's actually a really big farm, so we meet up with Mr. Tom, the beekeeper, and he drives us in his truck over to the side of the farm where we can find the beehive. Wow, I see them!
Oh, look at that.
Wow!
Mr. Tom, the beekeeper, uses another tool to help keep us safe. Do you know what this tool is called? It's called a bee smoker. What he does is he fills this little cylinder or can with some materials that he can then light on fire. This makes it smoke up. Then he uses the fan, the little squishy part, to make the smoke blow into the beehive. This smoke helps calm the bees down. It's fascinating. A lot of people think the reasoning is that the bees think that there's a fire or danger nearby, so they fill their bellies up with honey in case they need to leave the hive. Then, when their bellies are full of honey, they get super sleepy, which makes them calm and makes it easier for us to say hello to them without bothering them. And what do you burn in here?
That's just some wood shavings and a little bit of cotton.
Ah, so there's wood shavings and a little bit of cotton.
Just like you'd use in a hamster cage.
That's cool. Always remember, this is a task for an adult. We never light anything on fire unless we have an adult that's teaching us a new skill. Mr. Tom taught us that it's actually important to be very careful what you put in the bee smoker. Some people like to put things like cardboard or blue jeans, but you have to be careful because those things might have special chemicals on them, and it could upset the bees or it could be unhealthy for the bees. So you have to be careful what you put in the bee smoker. Okay, Mr. Tom has put the smoke all around the bees to help them feel nice and cozy and relaxed. So let's see what's inside the hive.
Once the honey is capped, it's dehydrated enough, it'll last forever. It'll never spoil, it'll never rot.
Wow.
They found honey in the ancient Egyptian tombs.
After Shane takes a look, it's Seth's turn to visit the hive. This is a honeycomb. Do you see what shape it is? A hexagon. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. The honeycomb is a hexagon.
Now remember, a lot of people are scared of bees, but a bee will only sting you if it's trying to protect itself. So just be aware of your surroundings. We were surrounded by 100,000 bees. I didn't even wear protective gear, and none of us got stung. That's because we were respectful and we moved slowly around them to help keep them safe. It's only if you squish a bee or almost squish a bee that it's going to sting you. It's just protecting itself. So there's no need to be scared of the bees. You just want to respect their space so that they're safe too. So the number one thing people think about is getting stung. The follow-up thing that people think of when they think of bees is honey. Now, not all bees make honey. There are a lot of different types of bees or striped yellow wasps that people see and that they get to know. But today we are visiting a hive that is specifically honeybees. So let's learn how they make their honey. First, those busy bees leave the hive and they fly all around looking for flowers. When they find one that's just right, they drink something up from the flowers. Nectar. They drink up the nectar from the flower. Let's spell that word together. Nectar. Nectar. Once they have their bellies full of nectar, they go back to the hive. They keep it in their belly, but then they end up chewing it up and putting it back into the hive. They put it in these little hexagons in the hive. Then from there, it's still a little bit too liquidy. It's not what we think of as honey. So they do a really neat trick. They buzz their wings. They flap them super fast. What this does is help the extra water in that honey evaporate. And that makes it thicker, more like the honey we see in our kitchens. And that's how bees make honey. Now, let's learn how to draw a honeybee.
I've got my sidewalk chalk. Let's begin. I'm going to start with a small semicircle for the head. Then, the second part of the body is a little bit larger. That's called the thorax. After that, I'll do the third part of the body. That's called the abdomen. Next, let's add the antenna. Each antenna has two little sections. I'm going to add a little bit of extra fuzz to the thorax because honeybees are extra fuzzy in that middle section of their body. Now it's time for us to start adding the legs. Each leg is going to have two separate sections. Do you know how many legs a honeybee has? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 legs. To make the wings, I'm going to make a big hook shape. Then a smaller hook below it so it almost looks like a heart. A little bit lopsided of a heart, and I'm going to draw a line right through the middle. Now on the other side again, that big hook, and on the bottom to make a small little lopsided heart. And again, draw the line down the middle. Now I noticed that one of my wings is a lot bigger than the other, so I'm going to fix that and make this other wing bigger. Remember, when you're drawing, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes, you can make them work. There we go, that looks awesome. Now I'm going to add extra detail, kind of like the pattern you see in a leaf, to each wing. Okay, I'm going to add a little more fuzz to the thorax. Next, we add the stripes. Notice, instead of a straight line, I'm using a curved line. That helps to make the body look like it's 3D or round. I'm going to add color to the thorax as well, and a little bit to the head to help it stand out. I'm also adding black stripes to my honeybee. Now I'm going to fill in the legs and the wings with a little bit more color just to make it look a little more interesting. Don't forget the stinger. Let's add just a little bit more color to the wings. There we go. And there you have it, a honeybee.
Next time you go outside, grab your sidewalk chalk and give it a try yourself. Next, do you want to play a game with me?
This game is called Honeycombs. Let's play. On each piece, there are honeybee themed pictures. We have a honey pot, the flowers that the bees get the nectar from, the bear who tries to eat the honey, a honeycomb stick, and this is a hive. We want to match all the pictures. Let's see what we can find. I'm gonna try and match the flowers to the flowers. Then I need blue and a bear. Okay, here's the trickiest part. To complete our honeycomb, we need to find one that has a pink flower, a green beehive, and a yellow honey pot, in that order. I think I see it. Flower, hive, honey. Match, match, match. There we go. Good job. We did it. I'll put a link to this game below in case it's something you want to get your own copy of.
Another important job of the honeybees is not just making honey, but they are what we call pollinators. While they're drinking the nectar from the flowers, all of the pollen from the flowers gets picked up onto their fuzzy bodies. Then, when they go to a new flower, that pollen is then dropped off onto it. That helps the plants grow. A lot of vegetables and fruit that we have here will not grow unless it is pollinated by the bees. That is why maintaining bees is so important, because in a lot of places the bees are sort of dying out and no one really knows why. There's a lot of different reasons, and so we need beekeepers to help keep the populations up. Now, we live in a climate that's actually pretty cold, so honeybees didn't originally live here, but the honeybee keepers are learning how to help keep them safe in the cold winters so that they can help pollinate our plants so we can continue to grow fruits and vegetables.
Mr. Tom is putting the hive back together. So this hive that we visited today has over 100,000 bees. We wrapped up our special field trip by enjoying some ice cream with honey.
If you liked learning about honeybees today, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe so that you can find next week's outdoor learning adventure. Have a great day. Bye.